Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who all we got here. We got Sandra Moody, the milkmaid, Wendy Benjamin, Bug Dude, Bulldog, what's going on? Virginia Roots is here. Rose Young, Joe Morgan, Mad Shad.
Match.
Who else we got? Or at least he was here earlier. Hopefully he's popped back in. Joe Morgan, Mad Milkmaid,
Virginia.
Michigan Outpost 231, TH2. Welcome to the chat, guys.
Who
Everybody
who's
have a fun and productive day today.
who is this? Who is this Emily chick with a wrench and stuff? Who does she think she's tough or something? Got that big old
How you
wrench beside her?
watch her? Yeah.
Huh?
What's going on? Tia, how you doing? So everybody in the chat, how's my mic today? Is it better than it's been in a long time? I'm doing this thing off my phone so I can find me a decent webcam. But hopefully you guys can hear me all right.
I hear you a lot better. I think you sound a lot better than
Cool.
what you did.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, I spent the whole day on a big commercial weed eater, and we pulled up there to this house that needed to be done, and it ain't been done all spring, all this rain and all that, and a lot of that grass was over waist high, and having to try to cut it down. We killed two big old copperheads today.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Gotta like them.
man, my, my buddy, he freaking he come he he started pulling around on the big riding mower. He started pulling around. All of a sudden, you see him hit reverse, man, and he's all freaking like jumped up. Like, oh my gosh, and backs around real quick, and he's pointing. And I guess that snake was up in the top of this bush, man. So it was like knee high. Him sitting on that mower, it was like knee high to him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
don't know
all
the whole
freaking.
thing.
He's all freaking out. Hey, Helen,
25.
CB's
Helen,
daughter,
going on? CB's daughter's in here.
is Green Thumb Prepper,
Yeah, Green Thumb's here.
the
Virginia.
the the superstar gardener. Green Thumb Prepper.
Oh yeah, the rock star.
He is a rock star on that gardening stuff.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of tonight's prep rally, at least at the beginning, CB's daughter. I've been running around all day long. I hadn't really had a chance to sit down in front of the computer until now, and I've got like 4 email addresses on my phone, so I have to have it set to that one to get an alert. But I will check here in a second. But the topic of tonight's, or at least the initial topic of tonight, something that just kind of hit me out of the blue, and I thought it was worth spending a little while talking about it before we get off stream. But what I wanted to talk about, obviously, the title of the show was prepping while you're distracted. And what I mean by that is, with all this stuff going on in the world, it is easy to get caught up in the drama and in the headline, breaking news, breaking this, breaking that, and you lose focus. And I'm not saying that that's what's going on in the Middle East and in Russia and all these places isn't important. Okay, what I'm saying is there's a difference between intel and information. Information is just the noise that comes out of people's mouth. It doesn't necessarily mean it's quality. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I mean, we all know how mainstream media is these days. They're all about a narrative and pushing a certain narrative the way they want to push it to get their point across. And we as preppers, if you're focused on making sure you've got your house in order and your family in order and all your preps done, the last thing you want to do is get sidetracked and spend 2 or 3 weeks, glued to the television or glued to a computer and listening to somebody else's point of view, which probably isn't even correct. And I'm not singling out anybody. I'm just saying, in general, over the last couple weeks, it seems like everybody wants to worry about the doom and gloom. And it is worth worrying about and knowing that things are going on. But this goes back to the video I made a few days ago. You can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about what's going on in the Middle East. I can't do anything about, what's going on in Asia. You know what I can do? I can go in the kitchen and can chicken. I can work on my rainwater collection system. I can go play in my garden, you know what, and then I don't get stressed out, and I ain't got to watch this stuff over and over, 24 hours a day, nonstop, the same stuff that's narrated to fit a narrative that we're not even a part of. So focus on your preps. I mean, be aware of what's going on around you, but focus on your preps and stay the course. Too many people are getting distracted, and everybody knows what happens when you get distracted. You don't end up getting anything done. It messes with your mind, especially this crazy stuff that's going on. It messes with your mind. If it's in your circle, worry about it. If you've got family or friends that are over there and they're directly affected, then yes, it is going to affect you, and you're going to have some mental skin in the game. But as far as just generally trying to absorb all this stuff that these news channels are throwing at you, I mean, come on, that's just too much. That's information overload.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things, and I just made that video on situational awareness, and it's all about that distraction thing, how you allow it to distract you or how you don't. I know I go in there of an evening, turn on the TV, the news channel will pop on first, and I'm like, man, I start watching it, and I start feeling myself getting caught up in it, and I'm like, man, why are they bombing over there? What are they doing? What is going on? And you get caught up, and you'll even get to where you'll want to, you'll be on your phone and looking up what all is going on over there, and it's like a big distraction. They want to take your focus, and the hey, Dusty, thank you.
Dusty Data, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and Joe, it is a tactic that they're using to overwhelm us. It's you think, man, there's war over here. This is going bad. That's going bad. Man, they're hacking this pipeline. They're doing this. And it's just like it does become overwhelming, and you can even find yourself to you start getting depressed. You start finding yourself worrying and getting up and looking at the news. Man, are we going to war? Or are we doing this? And you start finding that starts to be the center of your focus, and you'll go 3 or 4 or 5 days, and at the end of them 5 days, you're like, well, it's still the same exact news as it was freaking Monday, and it's like, well, crap. Yeah, and you're like, well, my life's really been going the same way, except for just being distracted on all this news and everything. And then you get that question from somebody like us. What have you done to prep today? What have you done to prep this week? Was it just simply cutting back on a few sodas here and there and saving a few dollars so you could, put it towards a new Berkey filter, or towards a couple of Sawyer minis, or maybe a couple of extra cans of food at the end of the week when you get paid? Did you cut back a little? And you find that, when someone asks you that question, you're like, no, I really didn't do anything. I've been watching the news all week, and you know what I'm getting at, Ghost? You just kind of like,
I just sat around all week and my blood pressure get jacked up and getting stressed out.
Right.
In the military, especially the military and some law enforcement agencies, one of the most popular tactics to break somebody down is called sensory deprivation. And you can do that in so many, many different ways. And trust me, I experienced it on more than one occasion. And it is the most, man, it absolutely sucks the life right out of you. I'll give you a brief example of it. It was a training scenario, and I was taking prisoner, a POW, and the first thing they do And in the military, when you're doing these exercises, they you want to talk about role playing in the military, especially with some high speed tier 1 and tier 2 operators. They're they play at full speed. It's real. It's real stuff. But the first thing they do is they take away your hands. They're bound behind you. Then you get the burlap sack over your head where you can't see, and it kind of restricts your breathing. And the bags are usually dirty. They'll they'll bury them in like the most foul smelling stuff you can imagine. So it overwhelms your nose. You're hard to breathe. Your breathing's restricted. You can't see. You can't use your hands. And then they walk you in circles through the woods for about an hour, intentionally making you trip over stuff and fall over stuff. So now you lose the sense of you being in control of anything. Somebody's leading you around, bouncing you off trees. You might walk around for what feels like an hour. You might think you walked 5 miles and you literally just went, 100 yards through the woods, and it completely takes away your bearing. Like in reality, it was 10 minutes, but to me, it felt like 3 hours, and it completely, it's all consuming. Now take that and put it into a real world scenario like we're dealing with right now. The media and the people that are pushing these agendas are basically using a similar form of sensory deprivation by overwhelming your senses with all this stuff that's coming through the news and on TV and on the internet. And then they get people talking about it. You can't go to the grocery store without hearing about it. Your family's talking about it, and you're getting bombarded from all these different directions. So it's really hard. And I'm speaking from experience because it's happened to me in the last couple of weeks with all this stuff. It just gets to be so much because you want to get the intel, the quality intelligence, so you can see if it does affect you, if it affects your family. Is there potential that it could affect you down the road? And you need to know these things, but you don't need to get involved in them. It's going to happen whether you're playing a role in it or not. We have no control over what goes on in these places. So the last thing you want to do is lose this, because if your mind's not prepped, if you're not prepping your mind to stay focused and worry about you and yours and what's in your circle, then it could all just completely come apart. And it's a mental breakdown, basically. And people are experiencing that right now. They just can't believe that all this stuff's going on in the world, and they just want to lock their doors and stay inside. That sounds familiar. Lock their doors and stay inside and just not deal with it. But the thing is, that's fine if you're prepared to do that. But if you're not, you need to make sure you've got a rainwater catchment system going. Make sure your garden's doing what it needs to do. Make sure you've got the food put away the way you need to do it. Learn these skills that you need to learn now while you can. Hopefully you'll never have to use them. That's not the point of prepping. I don't want to ever have to use my preps, but it's nice knowing they're there. It's like car insurance. I've had car insurance my entire life. I've used it once, for a simple little accident that technically wasn't even my fault. But I still pay car insurance, and it gives you this security blanket, and that's what prepping needs to be.
Yeah, it's I've mentioned this before, and I don't mind to mention it again because I really want to stress the point of, when you wake up in the morning and you go get in your car, do you believe, like 100%, do you sit down in your car and go, okay, I'm going to have a flat tire today? No, you don't think that, but you carry a spare tire around with you. The whole thing with a fire extinguisher in your house, you're not sitting there, or smoke alarms, you're not sitting there going, yep, I'm going to have a fire, 2 days from now, so I better make sure I got my fire extinguisher. No, that's, if you knew you were going to have a fire, you would go and, fix whatever it is that's going to cause the fire, and so having smoke alarms and things like that, a spare tire, these are preps. They're literally preps,
Yeah.
and people don't equate a lot of times that carrying a spare tire, having a fire extinguisher, smoke alarms, things like that, they don't equate that with prepping, and it is. You're actually prepping. You're prepping for a flat tire. You're prepping in case there is a fire. When you go and you save, you buy that extra food, you're prepping in case there's a snowpocalypse. just like the toilet paper. You know, you keep extra toilet paper in there because guess what? We had toilet paper wars of 2020. You know, and you couldn't find toilet paper nowhere for a couple of weeks. You know, no big deal. You got some up there in the shelf. You know, it's all about prepping for, you know, because prepping just ain't about the end of the world. Okay, SHTF can mean a lot of things. You know, it can mean a job loss. You know, a sudden job loss, a sudden injury that keeps you from doing your job and getting paid. It can be, you know, a tornado come through, a hurricane. You know, there's you know, maybe a big forest fire comes through and you live close to it, and it sweeps through and you know, burns down some stuff. That's what prepping is for, not just for Mad Max end of the world scenario. Everything's went without rule of law, you know. So yeah, you know, it's a it's a whole big ordeal, you know, and prepping, you know, while distracted, you know, how, you know, it's hard to prep while distracted, you know,
Yeah.
because your focus needs to be on what you need to do, you know, the things you need of going in there. Man, you know what? I really don't have but this many of this item, but I've got a whole bunch of these items. You know what? I'm gonna focus on this item right now for a little bit for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Joe Morgan's got one here that I'm pretty sure other people have actually heard. It says, Ghost Prepper, I heard a good one a while back from a relative. Said that he wants this to happen, or that I'm assuming he said that he thought Joe wants this to happen. That's why he's buying up all the stuff. Here's the thing. I'm sure we've all heard that, but you know, you need to look at that relative and say, now repeat that really slow to yourself and tell me if it makes any sense. You know, you don't, that's exactly the opposite mindset of how it really is. You know, none of us want it to happen, but I mean, if you're not prepared to defend yourself and prepared for the future, I mean, who do you think is going to have a better chance in that situation, Joe, you or that relative? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've heard it before. You know, I bet you're in your element now when the you know what hit back in, you know, March, whatever, last year. I bet you're in your element now. I guess you're just happy that you could say I told you so. And I was like, heck no. You know, a real prepper never wants to use their preps for what we prep for. I
No,
mean,
dude.
that's that, well, isn't that almost insane to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope the world comes to an end. I hope there's this giant natural disaster and you know, I can't go nowhere. I can't do anything, but I can sit here and eat my food. You know, who the hell would sit around and say that?
I know, right? I don't want to eat my preps. I mean, I don't want to like have to go into my preps and that be the only nutrition that I have. But I eat my preps now on a weekly basis. I rotate through my preps, you know, just I'm already, my diet is 80 to 85% already there. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be that big of a transition for me. It's actually going to be it's going to be pretty damn smooth over here. But I mean, it just so happens that I grew up on rice and beans. I eat rice and beans at least 5 times a week on a normal basis. So I'm 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 in a very good mental and dietary position because that's not a change for me at all to do it every single day more than once. You know, that's normal for me. You know, but if it
Yeah.
was like I had to just shift completely to spam, I might have an issue with that for a little while. You know, but I would work through it. You know.
Well, you know, and it kind of leads me to want to talk about too. You know, the situational awareness. You know, and you know the situational awareness falls under a whole big concept of things. You know, should you be looking at what's going on around the world and things like that? Yes. I mean, you know, nobody's saying don't look at any of that stuff, but there are certain things that you look at and you need to prepare your mind to say, okay, how can this affect me? Is over in another country and they're getting bombarded. Can this affect me? Do we get our gas and oil from there? You know, right now, do we trade a certain commodity, you know, from that particular country? You know, that's because that's part of prepping in a whole sense of understanding where items come from. You know, and if it's, man, you know, my food don't come from there, my gas don't come from there, my toilet paper don't come from there, my, you know, my water don't come from there. Okay, man.
Yeah.
Why focus any time on it? You know what I'm saying?
Green Thumb, are you talking about doing a video on how to cook them, or doing a video on how to put them up for long-term storage? Yeah, just tell me which one you want to see, and I will definitely get right on that video. I may even actually have time tomorrow to do one. Well, I doubt it, though. I got to get ready for the live canning. But
Says
yeah,
he says we don't do rice and beans in Canada, so I have no idea to how to actually make the dish.
okay, I can do a video on that, and I can tell you right here, it's just probably one of the simplest things in the world to cook. You rinse them off really, really good, make sure there's no dirt or rocks in there, then you put them on a pot with some seasoning, and you let them boil for a while. The longer they boil, the softer they get. Some beans are cooked really, really quick. Like, I'm a big fan of lima beans because they're really tender. They cook quick, and they basically fall apart. And I mean, I eat them over rice. You just boil your rice, but I mean, I eat it over rice, and I like it really, really soupy. It's almost like a soup. I like, lots of times I'll put rice and lima beans in a bowl, and just with a little bit of ham or ham, turkey. It goes with everything. But yeah, you can get real creative. Some people just like the beans on top of the rice and not being very soupy at all. On the other hand, I like them. You know, I like the soup because that's where the flavor's at.
Yeah, they actually sell here at the Wally Worlds, Walmarts. They sell these. It'll be beef tips and gravy, and you can just basically microwave them, and they're really good actually. And they also have pot roast and
Mm-hmm.
gravy. And I'll take the pot roast and gravy, or and beef tips and gravy. I'll buy one of each, and you can take and heat that up a little bit and cook your rice, or you can do egg noodles. Same, I mean, because rice, egg noodles, same thing, same way, basically cook. And then I'll pour all that beef tips and gravy and stuff all over it. Mix it up a little bit, man. You talking about a good meal? It'll go good with either one of them.
Milkmaid, it's a funny question, but it's actually a good question. And I'll be quite honest with you. I've been eating beans all my life, and I think that if that's the kind of diet you're adjusted to, then yeah, you're not blowing the house up, because I've never had an issue from that. I mean, I see the stuff on TV, always eating the beans. Yeah, I've never. I mean, I guess if you're once your guts used to it, to digesting the food, you really don't have that issue. At least I didn't personally. If I did, I didn't know about it, and nobody told me about it. So I don't think it was that big of a deal. There was something good I saw. Where did it go?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that will soak their beans for a real long time.
Yeah,
I wasn't. We don't really do that. Where we just put them in a pot and start boiling them.
yeah.
And
I don't.
basically, yeah, you just basically always make sure the beans stay covered,
Yeah,
and you just boil them, and they'll start to boil up. And after a long enough time, they'll start to boil up with almost like a gravy, you know, with them. And I add ham hock to mine,
yep. That's what I was
and
gonna.
yeah, good old ham hock in it. Chop up some onions and put in there, some garlic, some pepper, some little Cajun seasoning. Shoot, boy,
Yeah, ham. You
maybe a
can't
little
go.
bit.
I season everything with a ham hock. I'll put a
Yeah,
ham hock in everything. You can use a ham hock to season it. You can use neck bone to season it. You can use fat back. You can use chunks of ham. You can fry up bacon in the bottom of the pot and go with it, or you can just season it with salt and pepper. I mean, each
I,
type of bean has its own unique flavor.
I was going to say that when you know we always save bacon grease, and you always put some bacon grease in it as well, in your beans, man. Mm.
Yeah, bacon grease, man. Everybody had a granny that had a bacon grease tin on the stove.
Green Thumb Prepper said, "Yep, making beans and rice tomorrow with a ham hock." I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. Just make sure the beans stay covered while you're boiling them, and after a while, when you're stirring them around, you'll see that it'll start to build up a gravy. You know, to produce like a gravy almost. It'll be kind of brownish looking, and with that ham hock in there, and you can feel it. You can tell when the beans start getting soft and everything. Shoot, you ready to go, man. I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah. Good. You can't go wrong with beans. And people are like, oh my God, I don't think I could eat beans and rice every single. Oh yes, you can. I can. I mean, when I make a pot of lima beans, if it's just me eating them, I will eat them every day for 6 or 7 days until they're all gone. That $1.50 bag, that 1 pound bag of lima beans that you get at Walmart's less than $2 or right around $2. That's a week's worth of supper for me with sides. It'll go all week long, and I don't throw them away, man. The longer you cook them, the better they get. Day 3 is always the best for beans. I
Yeah,
love them.
yeah. You leave them. You put them up after you've cooked them and everything. About that third day, man, they really start getting tasty.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beans are
And man,
delicious. Yeah.
yeah, I'll even take a piece of white bread and lay a layer of beans up on top of it, man, and just sit there and cut it and with a fork and eat it, boy, son.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
I
get I
freaking
get real
love.
creative with them. And you can even mix them up. Like lots of times, like some of the soup that I canned up last year, I was just bored, and I had several pounds of ground beef that I was putting up, and I decided to just make a make a soup. And so I put a couple pounds of ground beef into a pot, and I went into the pantry and I pulled out all these canned goods, store bought canned goods, and I think 6 or 7 different types of beans I threw in there. I threw in cream corn, I threw in whole kernel corn, I threw in peas and carrots, I threw in diced up potatoes, seasoned it up real good, and just made a big old pot of just hamburger soup. It was delicious, and it was so good that I made several big pots and canned about 2 cases of them in the quart jars. Delicious.
What's up, Native? I see Native in here.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Uh, so yeah, Green Thumb Prepper. Also, if you'll take you some taters, some potatoes, if you'll take you and cut them up into chunks, put just a little bit of cooking oil. It don't take much, just a little bit of cooking oil in the bottom of a pan, and cut them taters up into a chunks. Chop you up some onions to put in there. Put some seasoning on it, whatever season you like. I'll tell you, when I fry taters, I do garlic, cavenders, and lemon pepper. And I'm gonna tell you, man, some of the best taters you'll ever eat. And you slap a big old thing of fried taters on the side of a plate of beans, man, with some
I
ham.
but I dice up some onion in there with them too
Yeah,
and cook them
that's what.
down.
That's what I was
Okay,
saying. Yeah, you put onion in them. Yeah. Oh yeah. You. All right.
I put onion on everything.
I was gonna say I just dang near would put onion in a bowl of cereal.
Oh,
I freaking love onion.
I love my onion. Onion and garlic goes in pretty much everything I cook.
Yeah.
Like literally, pretty much everything I cook with onion and garlic in it.
Could you imagine a bowl of Fruity Pebbles with some onion and garlic in it?
I'd try it. I'd try it. I'd give it a shot.
It's gonna be like, ooh. But yeah, that's a good way. And then especially here in the old southern part of the United States where we're at, slice up some old deer meat.
Hmm.
Put you some deer meat on the plate over there with them beans and taters on there, son. I'm gonna tell you, there ain't a freaking king that's ever existed on this planet that eats any better than that right there. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, onion and garlic are my two most important spices. Well, that and pepper. I mean, that can pretty much be the only spices or flavorings I have. Salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. I can work with that all day.
Green peppers too.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
put the bell peppers in there. I did bell peppers in my collards one time. They turned out pretty doggone good. Just for shits and giggles. It was an accident. I went into the fridge and I got my bacon out and I got my onions out and and my garlic and I was dicing everything up and putting it in the pot before I did my collards. And just from habit, I had grabbed an onion and I had grabbed a bell pepper and I'm like, shit, why am I bell pepper with collard greens? And I was like, let me see how it tastes. So I diced it up about the same size as the onions and put them in the bottom and let them saute up real good and cook down. It added a real nice flavor to the collard greens.
All right. I gotta say something to you there, brother. We both have made one mistake already.
What?
I'm saying the no words.
Collard greens?
No. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I language?
Yeah, language. I did it too a while ago, so you get caught up in the moment, man. But
it happens. We'll get used to it eventually.
Oh yeah. But hey, so anyway, the whole prepping while distracted and it all falls into, again, like just into the situational awareness, and like getting out of your car to go into a store, while you're going in to get some preps. Wouldn't be good if you got took out between there and the store, or even more so when you go in and you get your preps and you come outside and somebody takes it from you. This milkmaid slaps hand. She slapped your hand. Well, wait, that meant.
Yeah, that was a big thing in Florida back several months ago. When the food was running low, there were people that didn't have cash, didn't have food, and instead of going inside and shopping, they just wait in the parking lot. Especially if you were a single woman or an older couple, and they would just pull up to your car right by your cart when you're fixing to unload, and they would just take all the stuff and put it in their vehicle and drive away.
Yeah, and that's why I'd done a video here a while back, mainly for the ladies, to some of the ideas of waiting until maybe one of your buddies, your neighbor or something, or maybe it's your cousin or whatever, can go to the store with you. Maybe there's, because of the thing that has been plaguing us, around the country and around the world, they're offering a lot of these curbside pickups. You can just go right online, type in what you want, order it, they'll go and gather it, and you pull right up there, right to the front door. And these are some ways that you can keep yourself from being, a target, in the parking lot, because somebody can whip up on you. And the weird thing about it is so many people today will pull their phone out and video record you being robbed, and then go and post it on their Twitter and their Instagrams and all that stuff, and won't even help you, because they want them likes and them hits, so taking some precautions like that is always a good thing.
Yeah, and pretty much every grocery store on the planet, including Walmart, if you're a single woman or even an older person, or you just don't want to, walk to the end of the parking lot alone. If you just tell the cashier you need an escort to your vehicle, or you need somebody to help you outside, they will I've seen them do it at Walmart. You just ask for help and they will push the cart and take it all the way to the car. And you got grocery stores, deep south grocery stores like Publix, which I miss Publix. I love Publix in Florida. It's an old school grocery store. They still have bag boys. They take your stuff to your car. They do not allow you to tip them. If they catch an employee taking a tip from somebody for taking their stuff to their car, they'll fire them. It's old school grocery store. Yeah. So I mean, if you're worried about that, just grab somebody that works there and say, hey, I need somebody to walk me in my car, and they'll do it. Yeah, Publix
Yeah.
rocks. Yeah, it does.
Did y'all see where they're paying farmers to not grow food? Yes.
Yeah, Kansas. They've been doing that for years, though. Now it's just getting out of control. Hang on just a second.
Yeah, they're having some of them plow food under and stuff, and you know it's I don't know. It just seems like to me with all the homeless and stuff that we got, it's there's a lot of homeless people in this country, and it just seems like to me plowing stuff under is goes to show that because it's a lot of it is government contracts and stuff, and there's these different contracts from these different places, and if they ain't got the way to maybe they're like, well, we've done sent what we need, plow the rest of it under, whatever it may be. We can't handle it, whatever. Plowing it under, man, is really it just goes to show how much they really don't care about people, because if they would take and go ahead and harvest a lot of that food, a homeless person, I'm sure, like corn, for instance, I'm sure a homeless person that's hungry tonight, or one of these homeless, or one of these families that don't have very much money and that miss a meal a couple of times a week, I'm sure they wouldn't mind to have a big thing of corn. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh, hell
mean,
yeah,
there's
definitely.
there's so many more ways that we can be doing things without plowing crap under, man. It's almost offensive to me, that, like I said, to see these homeless people. I mean, there's people starving to death all over this planet, and to think that anybody would order food to be plowed under, that ought to tell you something. That
Yeah,
ought to make you really think.
it's just the corporations. The farmers don't own their land anymore. They don't even own the seeds that they're growing.
Right. I've never watched TV news, cared. Yeah, it's oh Lord, native. Don't put that up. Native, you in Arkansas living. Y'all ain't even good trolls anymore. You native, you in Arkansas used to be good trolls, but y'all ain't even any good at that anymore. Green Thumb Prepper, you have a wonderful evening, brother. Yeah, try them rice and beans, man. I'm telling you. And try the fried taters. Trying to look here. Yeah, but it is really, it's farm subsidies began with FDR and the New Deal. None of this junk is new. Just coming to, yeah, that's true. They've been doing it for years, Stuart, and that's what's really sad about it. Again, you see people on the TV with putting these hungry kids and stuff on the TV, and they're makes you sad, and it is sad, to see anybody starving, anybody being hungry.
Yeah, when big
See it,
business
Green
and corporations, when they take over the farming and the food production, it's all downhill from there. I mean, they're just because they're in it for the money. They're not in it to. It's all about production and bottom end, and it's ridiculous how people have let it go that far.
Thumb.
What we got?
Freaking native. Yeah, native. That's right. I said it. You in Arkansas lost y'all's trolling powers, man. Y'all like if we were on my channel and y'all had wrenches, I'd just pull your wrenches, man. Y'all wouldn't even be worthy of a wrench. Y'all can't even troll good anymore.
Out of practice.
Yeah.
Back in prepping, at Backwoods and Prepping in Missouri, You have to have your land in a government program for them to pay you, not to harvest crops. We are paying to feed wildlife. Yeah, they're paying to feed wildlife. Yeah, it's some stuff I don't even want to have nothing to do with. I'm a, unless you live on the 10th floor of an apartment complex, and even up there, you can still grow food inside, but on a windowsill, on a balcony, you can still, you're not gonna produce vegetables year round for your family, but you can offset a little bit of the cost.
Yeah, but the real thing again is going back to the kids and the hungry people, and then to see to when it's been going on for years, but when you start to see, when a lot of people start to wake up, there you go, Ghost.
Thank you, Rainey. I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much.
When you start to see these people, you know, when more people today are starting to see this because of the technology we got, you basically got a TV, phone, news. I mean, you can see stuff happening all over the world just at your fingertips right here. And you start to see all this stuff, it makes you um freaking native. I love it.
Yeah, you can grow herbs year round inside, and even lettuce. You can do like your lettuces, your leaf lettuces. Man, all you need is a quart mason jar and some nutrient solution, and you can grow leaf lettuce year round inside on a windowsill. And the leaf lettuces like the butter crunch and stuff like that. It goes. You're harvesting in a month, 30 days, and you're eating.
Well, I don't know, man. It's really sad. It's really sad that the state of the way things are today, that you see homelessness and hungriness. You see all the job loss that we've had over the last year, and then you turn around and um, you see a someone, a news article, where they're freaking plowing crops under, and you're like, wait, what? What are they? Why are they doing that?
Dumping milk down the drain or just piling up potatoes and letting them go to waste. What
Dude,
is that?
they were literally throwing milk. They were backing big milk trucks, them great big trucks up and just dumping them last summer, just dumping them. And then you go to the store and there's no milk at the store, and you're like, what? Why is there no milk? And then you find out, they're freaking dumping it on the ground.
Yep.
Native.
Yeah, give it a shot. Hopefully mine work. I mean, I think it's a unique idea to just be able to, I have the room. I have a root cellar where I can store potatoes, through the winter. But I'm like, why don't I just grow them year round? It can't be that hard. Just get a little light, and we use some tinfoil and some cardboard in the basement window and get that sunlight bouncing around where, it's getting some of that good stuff. And, I expect them to be smaller throughout the winter, but I still expect them to produce. I'll put grow lights up down there if I need to. I'll carry them outside on the warm days and get them some real sunlight and just see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check into it, on the actual cold weather versus, frost and stuff. I don't know if I can keep. Hey, Angela, how's it going? How you doing? And I'm gonna see about growing some taters year around here in the
Native. I don't have a method because I've never done it. The last time we stored potatoes in a root cellar, I was a real small boy, and from what I remember, I mean, obviously you gotta let them skin up, you gotta let them tough over, but I don't remember exactly how my parents and grandparents did the potatoes. but I haven't had access to a root cellar since then up until, here now this year. But I'd planned on doing it for the potatoes and carrots and root crops and things like that. But then I got to thinking, I got this huge basement. I got plenty of grow lights. So I'm just going to see if I can make a garden work all year long. Loretta, I left Florida in November. Actually, the tail end of October. I think it was like the 18th is when I left Florida.
Native says he stores them in a tote with sand. They keep for a while that way.
Yeah, I've heard a whole lot of different ways. In tote with sand, covering them with newspapers and stuff. And I've also even been told by a lot of old timers, when you go to dig potatoes, just dig up the ones that you want to eat right then and leave the rest of them right there in the ground where they're at.
Look, so I'm sitting there thinking, I watched Native do a live stream and he was outside and he had 3 or 4 cats. I'm wondering if them cats are using his sand stock potatoes there for a poopy pile.
Might be. Yes, I have heard of moringa, Chris. I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube about moringa. I know it's probably it's like the perfect tree. I mean, it's awesome, but I have never seen one, touched one, or put any of it in my body that I know of. But it is something I want to eventually look into.
I think that's what Native does. He doubles his sand tote for a cat litter box, and he stores his potatoes in there, and he has to just kind of dig through and make sure he gets grabs hold of the right one,
I mean, yeah, you'd be surprised how long potatoes last. I mean, the ones that I planted, I bought them back in November, for Thanksgiving, and I planted them on April the 1st, so they were still edible when I planted them.
Marinate.
They did have the sprout inhibitor sprayed on them, so that's one of the reasons why they lasted so long. But
well, the thing about it is that like out here in the shop building, because I ain't got it insulated, I hopefully can have it done by the end, before it gets cool again. And if I can get it insulated the way I want to, I think these couple of electric heaters will probably keep it warm enough in here where I can, and then I come out here and build a fire most every day in here and warm it up. So I'm hoping that, I'm going to try to do it year round myself, in some of them totes and stuff, because I love taters, man.
If you guys didn't, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just curious if anybody caught the live stream or either one of the live streams we were on last night with Prepper Tribe. Monograph, man, he put it on me last night. Something fierce.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some propaganda being spread around. It was all over Twitter or Tweeter or whatever you call it. So I'm waiting on that to pop up. I know he's gonna do something. I know he's gonna do something crazy. I know he is. I'm waiting on that other shoe to fall. Lady Hammer, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Lady Hammer. Yeah, I put a dang grow tent in that junky old barn. Yeah, I could.
Bug dude saw it.
That was pretty funny. I had a good time on there with.
That was hilarious.
I had a good time on there with Monograph, man. He's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it was funny. It was real funny.
Yeah, that is something.
Huh? Go ahead.
I was saying that is something. That is a good thought, Stuart. If I can't get the whole thing done, and get it heated in here right, that would be a good thought. Is to put up a style of a kind of like a little makeshift greenhouse in here and keep a heater in it, going.
Yeah, you could even if you wanted to put you an indoor compost pile in there over on one side.
Yeah. Man, it might get stinky in here then.
You're used to that.
No, I'm not. It don't. It's no stinkies in my shop.
I mean, you ain't got to do that kind of compost, pal. You could just do, you know, the organic kind, like people do in their greenhouses in the wintertime up north. They'll put a compost pile in the greenhouse to generate heat to keep all the stuff warm during the winter.
No stinkies in the shop building, man.
Whatever, you pretending.
I won't even let my buddies come over and have a beer. They can't toot inside my shop building. They have to go outside. There's no stinkies in my shop building.
You know, y'all know he's lying. He's probably got a pee bucket sitting right there beside him at his desk.
No, no, I can go outside for that.
Yeah, Milkmaid says just get some sawdust. It'll take care of the stinkies. Kind of like your composting toilet with your sawdust.
It wouldn't be too hard, honestly, to throw a couple of 1x, some of them little 1x2s. Because
Yeah,
I mean, all you'd have to do is just drape Visqueen. I could just nail them up, make a little wall, and have that Visqueen where I can walk in and out of it where it closes too, and keep a heater in there.
yeah. You can actually get. They sell them at some of the hardware stores. I used them when I was working in construction in the elevator business to keep the dust down. But we would hang the Visqueen over the area we were working, and you can get this zipper. It's sticky. It sticks on it, and then you unzip it, and then you just take a knife and you cut the plastic, and then when you walk through, you just zip it back down, and it seals it up.
Hmm.
They're pretty neat. It's like a cool invention. I don't know if you've ever seen one before.
I've never
But it's
seen one of them, but that would be
like
cool.
on the plastic, and then you unzip it, and then you cut the plastic, and now you got a zippered plastic door.
Could I? Because I'm one of them old Arkansas fellers. Is there some way I can add duct tape to it?
Well, it's actually pretty much duct tape is what's holding the zipper on the plastic. It
A
just
duct
sticks on
tape,
the plastic. It just
a
sticks
duct
on.
tape zipper?
It's pretty close to duct tape, and then but there's a zipper in the middle of it, and you open it up, and then you cut the plastic.
Did you Arkansas living? Are you still here? Did you hear that? They got duct tape zippers, man.
Drop
Freaking
it. I left Florida, man, because I just got tired of all the hurricanes. I got tired of my property tax going through the roof every year, and the heat, man. It it hurt to go to the mailbox some days. I mean, it would just be it's just brutal. I like to be able to go outside and do stuff, and grow a garden without having to go, spend a couple $100 every year to buy dirt that you can grow stuff in. Because everywhere I live wasn't nothing but sand in Florida. It was just ridiculous. Plus, I'm from North Carolina, and I just wanted to move back.
Yeah, Arkansas. That's what he said, man. That is pretty much duct tape, and you duct tape it to something, and it's a zipper, and you unzip it, and you just cut whatever is in there, and then you can just fold it back, and then zip it back up, man. Freaking duct tape zippers, dude.
It's pretty cool. It's the Monograph and Tribes Daddy show.
Yeah, that I'm gonna tell you, man, that property we went to today, dude. Oh man, beautiful, man. It already had peach trees, cherry trees, apple trees already growing there, and it had this. They did have a greenhouse there, but it the wood. So what they did is they built a wood frame on the bottom, and they used PVC, hooped it over, and so the PVC, all that was good. You just have to replace the wood frame on the bottom, and man, dude, it was perfect. It was like I think it was said it was 15 acres, and it goes way back off in the woods. But all that front part, it's like 5 acres of yard, and got the freaking all kinds of fruit trees already growing and already starting to produce fruit and stuff. Man, I was like, God, dog, man. She's talking about selling it. I was like, man, I wish I could afford that because you got to go way up in the hills to get there, but it's just where it's at up in the hills. You still got cell service and everything, and it's pretty cool. I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to have had that place, man.
That sounds like it. Sounds like it's
It's
pretty nice. That go
yeah,
nice.
it's real nice and pretty much flat. It already had a couple of chicken pens built there, and they need all that stuff. Hey, Christy, what's going on? It still needed some that it needed some work. You know what I'm saying? But golly, feller could go up there and hang out there for and get some stuff done, man. That'd be a nice dang place.
Like, let's go. What's going on, Loretta? Hello. Yeah. So today was I ended up staying up all night. So I ended up sleeping late. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but we'll get out there and get some stuff done in the garden this weekend. I got to get that pepper plant in some dirt. Man, I planted those squash yesterday and they're already blowing up. They look good. My celery came up. Potatoes are going nuts.
All right, Arkansas living. Yeah, you can call me live. I'm gonna put you on the speaker there where everybody can hear you. Mad Chat, I don't know how much it was. I want to. We've got to go back up there Monday because this place hadn't been anything done to it all spring already, and stuff was growed up bad. So we've got another full day up there Monday, and I'll ask and see how much they want for it. I'd love to freaking have that place, man. Cause it goes at 5 acres, and the other 10 acres kind of goes down off in there, and it's whoa, um Art gonna breathe heavy at you. Well, he'll be breathing heavy at you too, cause I'm gonna put him on the speakerphone. Yes, there is a home on the property. It's the plumbing. Whoever was living there was supposed to be buying it, and they, one of them, I think it was one of them homeowner, you know, finance deals, and they moved out right as winter started getting here. And shift kicker, thank you. You have a wonderful evening. And they freaking moved out and left the water on and didn't leave the heat on, and so all the pipes busted. So there's been plumbers up there redoing the plumbing underneath.
Yeah, Loretta's got a good point. She said she lives in Florida and she put them in the ground a few years ago, potatoes, and they grow every year, but I never dig them up. That's the only thing that I know of that actually likes to be in sandy soil is potatoes. They do really, really well in sandy and light soil.
Yeah, Christy, I went out there just before I come to get on the live stream, just kind of check everything because it's freaking rained again this afternoon, and so I didn't have to water. But I actually got a couple of my jalapeno peppers. My plants are starting to flower out.
Hillbilly, I have never done potatoes in straw. I have heard people said it was great. But the mixture I used was 1/3 peat moss, 1/3 potting soil, and 1/3 black cow manure, and they exploded. But I have heard people using straw bales of straw and stuff like that. I've just never done it before. I'd like to try it just see how it works.
All right, so you can grow potatoes in hay and stuff. You know, you can actually grow them in hay bales and everything. The key to doing, because I put hay on mine every year, straw, and the key to it is mine is a raised bed. And if you got to be careful with hay and molding. You know, if you can have, if it stays wet all the time, you can have molding in there, and so you're basically growing your taters in molding. But if you've got a raised up bed, mine's raised up pretty good, and I put hay in there, and I've not had a problem with molding, because you know the water can run off and it doesn't stay real wet in there. So you know it you can, but anything like that, you know, sandy style dirt, peat moss type dirt, stuff that's not going to pack in real hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
you don't want to compress it.
Yeah, you don't want something that'll compact real hard. So I do a mixture of some hay and dirt and peat moss and stuff like that in mine, and I you know it works.
Awesome, awesome.
Milkmaid says I grow my taters in hay, no mold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
because
as long as you've got like, if you, I mean, it's obviously summertime. As long as it's, even if it rains hard, as long as it's getting cooked in the sun and it gives it a chance to dry out, you'll be fine. But like Backwoods was saying, in a container garden, if you're doing it and it's wrapped where the sunlight ain't getting a chance to dry that dirt out, or that hay, if it's down below and it'll hold that moisture, you could get root rot, and it would destroy that crop pretty quick. It's the same way if you're growing in buckets. You got to make sure that you've got enough drainage holes in the bottom, so no matter how much water you're putting in it, it gets to escape. So the taters ain't just sitting in water. Be right back.
hey Bioxo, what's going on? Moose man, how's it going? It's a water issue. I've seen a lot planted too early and overwatered. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's if you do use hay, you know, honestly, everything that when I water, I don't just go out there and water every day. You know what I'm saying? I actually go out there and I'll stick my hands down in there into the soil, because you will get, you know, that little top part there of the soil that looks dry as crap, and you stick your hand down in there and the soil is real moist. You know, it's real wet. So you want to make sure that you're not, that you're, you know, just, you know, like I said, there's sometimes, especially when you got hay in there with your potatoes, you know, stick your hand down in there a little bit and feel around and see if it's moisture down in there. If it's still good and moist, man, you may not have to water. You may not have to water for 3 or 4 days
Yeah,
in your taters, you
and
know, because it's,
I always water early in the morning.
yeah.
And I try not to get the plant itself wet. I'll stick my watering wand inside there real low and do it. Hugs and kisses. What's going on? That's what I call biotic. So that's hugs and kisses. But yeah, I always water early in the morning, because you just don't want to do it late at night, because it doesn't give unless you got really good drainage, you know, it's just sitting in that moist dirt all night long before the sun comes up and it starts that drying process. So I always water early in the morning, right after the sun comes up, so it gets that time to drink its water in and get some sunlight.
Mad Chad asked about thoughts of mushroom bags.
I don't know anything about mushrooms. I've never grown one in my life.
I don't know that. All I know is I ain't ate mushrooms in years, and the last time I did, I seen funny colors, and everybody was beautiful, and we were all happy and partied and had a good time. And that's about the last time I ever ate any mushrooms. Being serious about that, I don't know nothing about mushrooms.
Hey, what's going on, Roland?
What's up, Roland? Yeah, Tennessee Tactical. That's me too. That's we called it electric Kool-Aid back then. We'd make Kool-Aid out of it.
TT, what's going on? Says hi, not those mushrooms.
Oh, well, that's the last time I had mushrooms, so I don't know. You know, I don't I don't eat mushrooms. They made me all funny and stuff. I'm gonna tell you some of the best, beautiful, most beautiful colors you'll ever see, man. Bug dude, I don't even remember all we did. That's probably a good possibility. I mean, seriously. You know, the funny thing is we would drink that electric Kool-Aid, and we had this place we had to you had to 4-wheel drive back in there. It was pretty hard to get back in there, but once you got back in there, it opened up into a little beach part on the river, on the Arkansas River, and we'd go back there and catfish and play music loud and stuff. It was pretty fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with these taters when I turn them over after their 4 months is done. They're about halfway through.
All right, Lady Hammer, awesome. Yeah, that's what I was, lady. I went out there and checked mine. I've got some jalapenos that are already flowering out, and man, the plants ain't but like this tall, dude. And I'm already getting buds on them, and then I've got some that are already flowering out.
Ghost taters.
Them's the ones that you can't see on the plate, but you just keep telling yourself you're eating taters, and you'll get full.
Yep. Yeah, I got lucky yesterday when I went to the store. I don't know if you guys saw my video or not, but I found yellow squash plants, and they were marked at a certain price. But the one I got, it didn't just have one squash in it; it had 3. So I came home and slowly separated the roots out real good because they were a tangled mess, and I got them all 3 planted. I didn't lose any of them. And I found a bell pepper way in the back, a bell pepper plant, and it's a good 18 inches tall, and it's already got like 8 buds on it, and 3 peppers are forming. So I'm going to get that thing in the ground.
Yeah, I've still got a few things I need to plant, man. It's been raining, like everything's flooded here. It's been raining so much, and so I've still got some
Yeah, those your potatoes, man. Your tomatoes look awesome. Those things look real healthy.
I've still got some more tomatoes to plant. Them ones that where I trimmed off of the tomato plants I put in the ground, and then I've got, man, you ought to see the potatoes just from that video to today. Man, they're blowing up, man.
Yeah, them things are. I didn't know they grew that fast.
Dude,
they go nuts.
Yeah, and I've got some onions still to plant. They're growing out there, and I've got some strawberries growing out there already, and I've got some more zucchini and squash to plant, and some watermelon.
I think I want to.
Appalachian. I wish prepper.
Hey, Appalachian. What am I doing here with this?
I don't know.
My computer's acting up.
I'm not even sure what that means. Oh, here we go. Hang on a minute. Here we go. What's up, Arkansas living?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got the toddler in the back seat. We just picked up some Popeyes. He's chowing down on some chicken strip.
Oh yeah. Can y'all hear him pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had service for a minute, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to jump on there. wanted to holler at y'all for just a minute. Y'all was talking about the duct tape zippers a little while ago.
I knew that would interest you. That's why I said.
Well, I just wanted to say I've made you know how you can get that roll hook and loop, the roll Velcro like from Walmart, it's got sticky back stuff on the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have fixed a couple of not backpacks, sleeping bags with duct tape and using that hook and loop and putting it down on there when the zipper's messed up on it. And use that one of those little cheap rolls of that hook and loop like that and some duct tape and made a Velcro deal to fix the zipper on some sleeping bags and stuff like that before.
Why didn't you just use a fishing line and a hook and just sew it?
I didn't have time for all that.
Oh. It's just easy.
Not everybody sews everything together like you do, Grandma.
Hey, don't hate on me because I can sew a little bit.
No, I've been trying to learn a little bit better too. About the best thing I could do is sew a button on, really.
Yeah.
But I was gonna holler at you and Ghost both though. I talked to, I exchanged some emails with Alaska Prepper just a little while ago. I was thinking about doing some stuff. Ghost has got his cannon thing he's wanting to put together with the cannon party and all that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of playing around with the idea of putting something together about kind of some rustic bread making kind of deal, and I don't know who all might be wanting to be involved in that, but that might be something, that I could do that would go along with Ghost Cannon stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You mean like cast iron, no need kind of cowboy bread type stuff?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Kent Rollins if I can, and if I could get him in there, and if I could get Rudy in there, I figure that probably would make a pretty good informative show.
Yeah. Well, knowing Rudy, he's probably already done it. I mean, that guy does everything, bro. Like for real. I'm like, he knows.
He emailed me a little while ago and said he'd be down for it, but I got to try to put something together if I'm gonna do it.
Oh, cool. That'll be good.
Well, my wife makes homemade bread. Whew, son, God, dog, man, it's so good.
Man, it's way more better, ain't it?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
If she wasn't any better at anything else, I'd keep her around just because she can make good bread.
I hope she doesn't ever watch any of your stuff.
She does. That's the only reason why I said it, because she'll watch this. They may be over there watching it now. Ain't no telling.
Yeah, I think that would go over real well.
Can't nobody eat like a 3-year-old, man.
Right?
I do eat all day.
Wait till he gets about 14.
I don't know. I was 14 once.
Yeah.
But man, I ain't trying to crash your show or anything. I'll get off here. I just wanted to holler at y'all for a minute while I had a little bit of cell phone service.
All right, brother. Well, be careful down there, man. And I don't care if you get a wreck, but make sure you get that kid home safe first.
Get him a pickle.
Yeah.
I told him out on my back. I'm pretty sure you probably know that already.
Huh?
I said, I told him out on my back. You probably know that already.
Right. All right, brother. Well, just holler at me later or something when you get a chance.
All right, Dan. Good to see you, Ghost.
All right, man. You too.
All right. See you, brother.
Yes. That's a good one, Milkmaid. Arkansas is supposed to be a prepper, and he ran out of pickles. He ran out of pickles live on the air.
Yeah.
That poor kid.
I know. Ran out of pickles for his kid. What kind of prepper is that?
And got video proof of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We don't keep pickles around here much. We'll eat them every once in a while, but
I like the bread and butter pickles. I'm not a real big dill pickle kind of guy, but I like the bread and butter pickles.
Yeah, Arkansas is a good dude. I'm a Huckleberry. Huckleberry. Yeah, he is a good dude, man. I
Hey,
really like
Tasha. How you doing,
Arkansas.
Tasha? Have it, Alexander. Grace and Grits, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, he ran out of pickles in the truck. Was he in the truck? I thought they were outside walking around doing something. He may have ran out more than once. Who knows?
Did you see what Joe Watkins said?
Backwoods and prepping. He's not art. He's pickles and preparedness.
We had to start calling him Pickles Preparedness.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. What up, Hutch?
Hutch, what's going on, brother?
Child Pickle Services. Yeah. We're going to have to call the Child Pickle Services on him.
There's Moose Man. What's going on, Moose? How you doing today?
Yeah, I seen him earlier. I said hello when you was going to replace your Coca-Cola, you know. Your
Pepsi.
Pepsi. I was about to split.
At Emily, I was about to split bullets. So glad just that too. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I'm glad you did, because that one went over my head.
It was that stuff we talked about earlier.
No, I'm going to pickle. Zone A. I'll be right back. Let me go. I need some more, because I'm old. I have to drink prune juice, you know.
Yeah, I like that Ensure.
Yeah. Ensure and prune juice, the drink of champions. Just remember that.
Yeah, but for those of you that are just now joining us or missed the my opening, not really a rant. This is kind of a free-for-all night. We covered the topic relatively quick because it was kind of short and dry, but I'll rehash it real quick. And it was about being distracted with all this stuff that's going on in the world. Hey, Jess, what's going on? Helen Dixon, how you doing? But it's about all this stuff that's going on in the world, and I see people getting distracted because I myself got distracted. You know, there's a difference in intel and information. You know, intel is usually verifiable and accurate. Information is just that noise that's coming out of people's mouths all over TV, all over the internet about, you know, what's going on across the water. And it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good to know what's going on. It's good to stay aware of it, but it's such a waste of time to sit in your house, you know, 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day watching nonstop depressing stuff that you can't change, and it isn't actually really affecting you right now. You know, so instead of worrying about that, stay focused on what you got to do. You know what I mean? If you're going to spend 3 days in front of a TV or a computer, not getting anything done in your garden, not getting anything done with your preps, that's time you're not going to get back. So stay focused and don't get distracted. That was my biggest issue, because I've seen a lot of people just kind of completely go blank in the eyes and just focus on this stuff that may or may not even be true, what you're being fed on the TV. Monty, thank you so much for the donation, man. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. We are doing good. Welcome.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of, you know, it's this stuff is put out there for a reason, to distract you. You know, they want you glued to the TV. They want you paying attention to everything they say. You know, it's all smoke and mirrors. You know, it's just, you know, it's like going to a big rock concert where they've got big fog machines and hey, Christy, and you know, and laser lights going everywhere. You know, that's basically what it does. Is the way that they do, you know, these, you know, breaking news. You know, oh my gosh, you know, everything is going back. You know, you know, they're getting killed over here. This is happening over there. Hey, Keto, what's going on? And so it, you know, it makes it to where you get glued to it. It sparks something in your brain that endorphins or whatever they call that, you know, and to make you just want more, you know, and you get tied up in it. And what's up, Prepper 101? And you know, so it makes it to where that's all you want to pay attention to, and that's what they want. They want you just paying attention to that and not doing anything else. Think about how they wanted you to stay at home, stay indoors. They want you to do this. They want you to do that. You know, you know, you just really got to be careful about what you say here on.
Yeah. You know, and our main point to this whole thing about being focused and this and that and the other, and not dealing with all that drama, that's not what I'm going to do on my channel. And I'm pretty sure that's not what Backwoods wants on his channel. I would rather sit here and talk about growing my potatoes and canning food and making bread and what the kids did and, you know, what my dog's doing, how my horses and cows are going, than, you know, talking about something and just getting consumed about something that might not even be true. You know what I mean? It's the doom and gloom stuff. I got no time for that. I was married once. All right. I've been through all the doom and gloom I want to go through.
Yeah. Hey, Arkwild, man. What's going on, brother? Yeah. And that's, yeah.
Look here. Homestead Oz.
Homestead Oz. Hey, how y'all doing over there? But yeah, that's the whole thing, man, is we've got to, man, we've got to learn and teach ourselves focusing on getting better at things, focusing on, you know, like I said, you know, there's nothing wrong with looking at the news a little bit, reading a couple of headlines, just kind of, you know, to me, honestly, I really think you will be better served if you just read a few, if you would be better served if you would read some headlines on your phone rather than going watching the news on TV.
Yep.
And because you can look and it says, you know, breaking news, this happened, this happened, this happened. You can be like, all right, you know, and you turn the page a couple of times there, read through, kind of keep yourself caught up. Maybe something catches your eye, you know, that something that has to do with, you know, a particular toilet paper company, you know, that, you know, something happened to a big plant somewhere, you know, and you go, oh, okay, man, that's the brand I use, you know, and that's the brand they mostly sell here, you know. Okay, well, you know, that might be something to kind of read into a little bit, you know. But yeah, just, you know, keeping your mind focused and you know, and saying, all right, you know, I've kind of looked through the news and everything, you know, I see there's nothing that's going to really affect me right now. So I'm not worried about it now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same phone or computer that you're looking at. Let's see, man, I grew some potatoes last year, you know, and them things, let's see, low harvest on potatoes, you know, how to fix, you know, you know what I'm saying? And then read that article. That's the article you want to read, you know, how to get a better harvest out of my tomato plants. That's the article you want to read.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I have this type of soil. What are some things that I can grow well, you know, vegetable wise, man, you know, and there's so much information on the internet. And then what you do is you go and try to spend you a little extra money and get you a printer, or get you a pen. If you like to write, get you a pen and a notebook, and just, you know, title it. You know, you can buy you them little clippy things that's got the different colors and everything, and just go in there and start writing this stuff down, because all that stuff you save on the internet, you know, on your computer, it's all fine and dandy. But if we do get to, ooh, check it out. Bought 6 cases of ball quart jars today and a ton of lids. That is freaking awesome. Yeah, and so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, just remember, everybody, I'm telling you, when you got all this stuff stored on your computer, should something happen, it could be anything at all, man. You know, something happens and all that data is gone, or you can't get to that data, it's useless to you if you don't know how to do it. If it was something that you said, well, I'm gonna store this data up right now and I'll go back and read it later, you know, pick out 3 or 4 things. You're focused on this one thing right now. Write that stuff down or get you a printer, you know, and get that stuff printed off on hard copies, man. Very important.
Yeah. Be charming. Yeah, my potatoes in the buckets, they came out of the same bag. They were a 5-pound bag of potatoes I got at Walmart. And I was about ready to throw them out, and I was like, nah, I got some dirt. Let me go and plant them. So they're the exact same potatoes. Yeah, and you know, the thing is, it's like I think I even said it earlier. You know, talking to somebody, and they're, you know, what about this going on over there? What about this going on over there? And you got to get into this conversation of who's right, who's wrong, or is it going to be war and this and that and the other. I can't do anything about that. But what I can do is go in the kitchen and put up some chicken. You know, I can prep some more food.
Yep.
And go check on my garden, and none of that stuff depresses me. You know what I mean? That stuff's in my control. I can control that. You know, I can go buy an airplane tomorrow. I can go buy me a G5, you know, $40 million airplane, but I don't know how to fly it. So why would I do it?
Stuart W., thank you for stopping by, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Unique Adventures. I have a spiral notebook I keep my recipes and canning recipes in. I will now do the same for gardening. Exactly. I mean, write that stuff down, you know, because if you have them notes down, you know, that, you know, hey, I did this year, and man, I didn't get a very good harvest. I've got another tomato plant out there, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is what's really funny. I cracked, you know, I took one of my chicken eggs that I got fresh chicken egg, and cracked it and planted it, you know, put it down in the underneath my tomato plants. Them 2 tomato plants you saw, I did that too. The other tomato plant I did not. Man, that other tomato plant, it's not near already. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's yeah.
Right.
There is a big difference, you know. And then writing stuff like that down, you know. Nobody expects you to remember everything. I know I can't, man. I'll get halfway through a project and be like, crap, I was supposed to do this first, you know. So writing that stuff down and just having you some good notes to just look over before you start a project, you know, before you start planning, and you know, you say maybe you've been planning something a certain way every year, and then you found a new way to do it and it works better. Man, writing that, the strongest memory is weaker than the palest ink. Write it down. Exactly, Moose, man. Excellent words. And that's what I'm getting at, man. You maybe you've got a new way of doing something that worked really well for you last year. So, man, you go back in your notes and you look and you go, oh man, I did this right here, something different that I've done in any of my other years, you know. Dude, I'm telling you, because anytime you put something in the ground that you're planning to harvest to eat, you want the best yield out of it as possible. You don't want, you know, you don't want a tomato plant over there all wilted over and you know, throws a couple of scraggly tomatoes out there for you, man. You want a bunch of tomatoes, you know, big healthy looking tomatoes. You want, when you go roll back some of that dirt and hay, and you find them big old beautiful potatoes, you know, them jalapenos, you know, you don't want some little scraggly old jalapeno and you got to take 6 of them to make some salsa with, you know. You want some of them big old nice jalapenos hanging off, you know.
Definitely. Apparently Jess stepped off of here. I didn't see her say goodbye. Sorry about that, Jess.
Yeah, she said something about she had been working all day, so she was she was ready for a cleaning.
Yeah, homestead off. That's good. I feel you. She says I get more upset over crop losses than the news. Yeah, I feel you there. Well, you can control crop loss. I mean, you can physically affect it. You might not be able to control it, but you can affect the outcome. With this stuff on TV, none of us can, all of us together combined can't affect that. Because those people in charge, they're going to do what they want to do when they want to do it, and they'll tell us what they want us to hear.
Yeah. Ever grow herbs? I've got
Have to replant your squash.
Okay.
I just planted some yesterday.
I'm not in any kind of military. I have never been in any kind of military. This is Appalachian Prepper. This is people of the percentage wise that don't like what has been going on, and we do work with law enforcement. Just not paid or anything like that. It's not a. I'm not in any kind of branch of military. Just of a, just some good old boys of the percentage. You know what I mean?
I thought Jess left. Jess left, Emily.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, so when we shut this stream down tonight, we're going to head over to Prepper Tribe. Prepper Tribe's going live with Just Josh as a continuation of what they were talking about last night, which was some pretty disturbing current events. It's not the fear porn kind of current events, but it's some domestic stuff that's going on, and I think they're gonna jump back in that rabbit hole and chat about it for a while. So I'm definitely going to be going over there here in a few minutes. So we'll probably, shut this thing down, around about quarter till, maybe 10 till, give me a chance to go grab a bite to eat before Tribe goes live, because I don't really want to miss the stuff that comes out of his mouth. And if you guys haven't checked out Tribe, which I know everybody in this chat is probably a member with Prepper Tribe, you need to go listen to this guy that's going to be on there with him. His name is Just Josh. He's a really cool dude. Y'all need to go ahead and sub to him. I'm doing this on my cell phone tonight because the mic on my laptop is crap, and I went today to try to get a webcam, and Walmart only had one, and it was like the price of a new car. It had to, you can only get a kit with the camera and lights and all this stuff. So they should have some more in this weekend. So I can't do the whole post links kind of thing. So if you guys see a name that you don't recognize, I encourage you to go over and check them out and show some love, and let's get everybody's subs up and help them with their watch hours.
Yep.
Okay. She said she had to take a shower. She was talking with her.
Yeah. She's been outside working girl, working in the garden and stuff.
If you don't know Just Josh, he's got the energy of like 8 people, man. He's something else.
Yeah, crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, watch hours, especially new channels, man. Because here's the thing, I've been hearing from a lot of people that YouTube is going to change their cutoff line to get monetized. I've heard they're going to take it from 4,000 watch hours to 10,000 watch hours, and I've even heard numbers higher than that. So if you want to help channels, get over that hurdle before this change, if they ever do it, now's the time to really help them out with some watch hours. I mean, You guys did it for me. You guys took me from 618 watch hours to over 4,000 in less than, it was like a little over 2 weeks, which is awesome. Yeah, don't skip the ads. Try not to. I try not to. Sometimes it's habit, but I try not to skip the ads.
Yeah, and let me explain something too for those of y'all out there who has a channel and you don't quite have you don't have your 4,000 watch hours. If you will go in there and make a playlist, and just basically all you're doing is putting all your videos, just create a playlist and put all your videos in it. A lot of people out there, including myself, I did it for Ghost the other day because I'd seen a lot of his videos, but I hadn't seen all of them, and so what I did, he made a playlist, I made one too, and so even though he don't need his watch hours anymore, it's about the ads and stuff, because that's what you're doing. You're been enjoying your videos and sharing them with friends. Thank you, Monty. I appreciate that, man.
Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yes,
But
it is.
if you'll put all your stuff in a playlist, then somebody like what you do is you can turn it on and hit that playlist, and it'll just sit there and play every single video, and you don't even have to be there. I mean, you can just, you're just trying to help somebody get their watch hours, because YouTube is changing their.
Yeah. Just turn the volume way down. Just turn the volume way down. Don't mute it.
Yeah, don't mute it. If you mute it, the person doesn't get the hours. Some stuff about YouTube, but so yeah, you can help. Yeah, don't mute the playlist. Only turn your volume down on your phone. That way you can be at work. If you're working. Did Tribe start already, or is that a 30-minute notification?
There's probably just a notification that he's going live at 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Right.
Oh Lord, tactical technicians making fun of somebody. He's done put out a video making fun of somebody. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, just even.
I want to see that video. Christy Jenkins, for sure. Making a sling bow.
Yeah, she's already made one, man, and it's freaking cool. It's a really cool idea. I've been kind of pondering on it over time here and there, and writing some stuff down about how to figure out how to get some basically how to the rubber on them, on the slingshot, of how to get something that's tougher, that's a little harder to pull back, that you can get more kinetic energy out of. I'm writing some stuff down. I'm working on it. It's just a little at a time. I have to, got a lot of stuff going on, man.
I hear you.
As we all do, but little pet projects, here and there.
Yeah, I need to get me another slingshot. I'm actually, I need to get downstairs in the basement and get my work table set up where I can go ahead and do that video making a bow out of PVC pipe. I've had a lot of people ask about that one.
But yeah, any of you guys out there, seriously, guys and gals who have a channel and you don't have your hours yet, if you will make a playlist over there and let us know. I know Ghost. I'm sure I can speak for Ghost on this. I'll speak for myself. I'll go over there and hit that playlist and let it play. And some of it I'll listen to, while I'm working around the yard or whatever. Anytime I'm doing any of this work, like today, I listened to quite a few videos. I didn't comment on anything, but just because I was busy. But I just put stuff on and stuck the thing in my pocket with the headphones on and went to weed eating, and listened to some stuff, so We make exercise.
I hate it when the chat jumps, man. Like it'll sit there for like 3 minutes and won't move, and then it'll jump like 30 comments, and then you got to back up to try to find who was talking to what everybody was saying.
Yeah, I know it. Green surgical tubing.
Huh. Yeah, I think that was your idea, wasn't it, Milkmaid? Wasn't that you that told me to do that? The master playlist. I just listen to every video I have is on the master playlist, and every video I upload to the master playlist.
That's horrible, Five Virgins Prepper.
What?
First time I tried a slingshot, it hit me in the head. That's horrible. But yeah, that's so Moose Man, you're saying you were saying this surgical tubing, is that what you said? Green surgical tubing?
Yeah, that stuff really that's pretty strong stuff. That'll really make a real good slingshot.
I'll have to check into that. Okay. Thank you, Moose Man. Because I would like to
Yeah. Apparently you let go with the wrong hand, according to Ronnie Braun.
Yeah, you're supposed to let go of the rock, not the slingshot.
Oh yeah, there's a good idea. Tire tube. Tire tube would make a real good one.
Yeah.
Klingon Princess, what's going on?
Hey, Klingon Princess, how you doing? Live long and prosper.
You go, Rip. First time he used a slingshot, he hit Goliath, or Goliath hit the ground.
Rip Curl.
I knew your name was David.
Rip Curl's always trying to make a funny. I do that. He's definitely one person I wish lived close to me, Rip Curl. We would have some fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I'm telling you, I would every time I knew he was going out to practice on some targets, I would sneak over there and wait till he was just about ready to let one fly, and I would let one fly and knock his target down. He'd get mad at me. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy here, man. Golly, it was supposed to be just kind of cloudy, but you know, some sunshine today too, and it was real cloudy all day and rained off and on all day.
It's been raining there about a week, ain't it?
Yeah, pretty much for a solid week, man. It's been raining every day, every night. Yes, I got into the blow dart thing for a while.
I have one. They're fun to play with.
Yes, they are.
You can just do them inside and just mess up a sheetrock wall in a minute.
We'll see you, Homestead Oz. Y'all enjoy y'all's dinner and enjoy your company, and y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. I really like them people, man.
Oh yeah, she's really good. I had so much fun over there last night.
Yeah, her and her husband both, man. I mean, they're just just great people.
Yeah, they are. If you guys hadn't checked them out, definitely go check out Homestead Oz. Homestead Oz, AUS.
And you can't help but to love the accent, man.
G'day. And they even type it with accent. Like even when you read it, it makes you talk that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't help but to.
And you guys check out Tasha over there at Prep for It too. She does a really good show. Her and Mustos on Wednesday.
Mouse toes.
Mouse toes. What did I say? Moose? I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you said moose toes.
I don't know why I keep saying that.
Mouse toes is going to troll you hard now.
I keep saying that. I don't know why.
Yeah, guys and gals, you know, seriously, you know, just don't get distracted by all the junk that's going on and all the stupidity and everything. You know, just keep yourself safe. You know, pay attention when you go out there and you're walking around, you're going, you know, go out and eat, go have a good time. Don't think you got to, you know, just walk around all paranoid all the time. Don't worry about it. You know, just go out and have a good time, man, and enjoy your day. But just, oh shoot,
Klingon, you got to do a video of that. I want to see a video of you making a blowgun out of PVC pipe and magazine pages. That would be awesome. Now I want to do it. Like I really want to do it.
God dang it.
Backwoods Google resistance bands on Amazon. They have different strengths.
Yeah, I would like to. That little, yeah, the and Christy, I want to do one of them bow slings like you did. I want to try to find something with that's a little stouter, you know, to get a little more kinetic energy out of it. But I'm definitely going to be giving you props and talking about how I saw this on your channel, how you did with the ring and everything, because that is definitely her idea. It's freaking awesome. And so I just wanted to let you know up front, you know, you will be getting full credit, you know, and I'll talk about some of the things that I added to it and everything. But man, what a freaking awesome idea what she did, because I want to make one.
Yeah, definitely. That would be cool. We got ghost pepper. It could happen. It better happen. You can't tease me with that making a blow dart out of a PVC pipe in a magazine and not show me how to do it. Northern Girl's got a whole Northern Girl Hobbies. What's going on? Northern Girl says she has a whole roll of resistance bands and willing to ship out links if folks pay the shipping. Nice. I think that's what Backwoods is looking up on his phone right now. Northern Girl said she'd send you some. You pay the shipping.
Oh wow! No, I was yeah, orders. Anyway, yeah. So oh, that'd be cool. Hey, by the way, Northern Girl, I'm glad you're here. I'm always glad when you're in one of the live chats. You're such a great person, seriously. But you made a comment on my fishing video. I showed Ghost and Prepper Tribe last night, and it shows up on my email. You know, because when I get comments, it comes to my email, but it is not on my video. Now it may be today. I hadn't had the chance to check, but I looked and I went over to the video to you know, respond to your comment, and it's not there. Is it, Ghost? Remember when I showed you all that?
It wasn't there last night.
Boy, it made me mad because that. And Tribe said that he and Ghost, I think you did too, said that all of a sudden you got like a whole bunch of comments, and they were from like even 2 or 3 weeks ago and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Emily's calling me out on the bow video. Said the sling bow was Dave Canterbury's idea. Backwoods.
Okay. Okay, Christy. Well, you know, like I said, I'm still gonna say I saw it on your channel, you know, and you know, give you props and say, you know, hey, go check out her video, you know, on this. And yeah, you got to be. I'll have to. Well, I don't know about a tater gun. Some of them are.
I've never made one. My uncle had one that was, man, that thing was dangerous.
Yes.
It was something else.
Yeah,
Agreed,
exactly.
Sam. Agreed. That is awesome. We'll see you later, Phoenix.
Yeah, that's but yeah, Christy, I mean, you know, I don't know. I didn't see it on Dave's. I saw it on your channel. So as far as I'm concerned, you should get the credit, and then you can add to it or whatever if you want. Yes, you do need more views than Dave. I agree. Whenever taken.
I haven't.
I don't think I have. Man, there's no telling what I took when I was younger. So it's like, here, take this. All right.
All right. Good night, Tasha. We'll see you later. You have a great night. Well, I was going to get off early and go over to Tribe, but we got, we're in the 70s still in the chat, so we'll just hang out and chat for another 10 minutes, and when he goes live, we'll all just pop over there and say hello instead of shutting down and then going. We'll just wait. We're already this close. Might as well. Y'all go check out that old ugly prepper dude. He's okay. Yeah. Emily, you got the ugly preppers link?
So, I'll be Alexander saying goodnight before I forget to. I know I do have one habit. Now I am really good about this. Is as soon as I pull up a video, I am good about doing a thumbs up. That's the one thing I am. I have that down. But other than that, yeah, I forget stuff. I'll see somebody in the chat. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna say hi to them in a minute when somebody gets through talking, and then I'll forget.
Bug Dude says, load the chat bus up and roll out. Here's Fish Sticks. We're gonna haunt Tribe. Yeah, we're gonna go there and haunt Prepper Tribe when he goes live. Everybody, when you pop in the chat, just type in Boo, BOO.
Yeah.
We'll haunt. Yeah, he goes live in 8 minutes, 7 minutes.
Oh
my goodness, G2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. So enjoyed the time last night with you, Dad, and your son, Monty. The giggles were fantastic for the endorphins. Thanks, Ghost. You're welcome. Yeah. Trust me, I had no idea it was going to happen. That was all Monty there. That was crazy. It was fun though. It was hilarious. Like I laughed all night long. I'm still funny thinking about it. And I tell you what, when he did that thing with the Photoshop, if he prints out a T-shirt, that's going to be absolutely hilarious. Thank you so much, G2.
Yeah, Milkmaid. Yeah, G2, that's awesome. Hey, Milkmaid, you probably already know this because you every time I've talked to you, you're smarter than I am about most all this stuff. But you may already know this, but if you don't, any of the people that you're going on to the YouTube and you're like, well, crap, they're live. I didn't get no notification. go and unsub to them and then resub and re-hit the bell notification. A lot of times that'll fix it for a while.
Yeah. Rip Curl said, I used to use a potato gun while playing paintball. Ouch. I would stuff a rag in it instead of a potato and then pour a bunch of paintballs down the barrel. And then once they give me a butt, man,
oh man,
that's yeah, that's like a Claymore mine going off. That's a shotgun, a massive shotgun. I'm still itching to soak beans, but I'll commit to no soak. Okay, Milkmaid. I'm doing the no soak method just because I've never done it before. Tomorrow, I mean, you can do the soak method if you want to. Just have it ready when the show starts. I mean, everything else after that's the same. I mean, the process doesn't change at all. You know. Yeah, I mean, G2, I made it. I don't know. From the very beginning, when I started doing this, I decided I wasn't going to get all, you know, all fear porn, doomsday, nuclear bombs as thumbnails. I'm not doing that. That's somebody else's niche. I don't want nothing to do with it. I just want to talk about prepping. And once we're done talking about prepping, we can just giggle and laugh and have a good time and get to know each other.
Yep. Yeah, and that's kind of, you know, the direction I wanted to go with my channel, you know, was just, you know, to try to give some inspirational talks along with, you know, trying to, you know, to keep people's heads up, man, to keep you focused, to keep you not worrying, you know, and to show you some fishing videos and some hunting videos and a little gardening and playing with the chickens and, you know, just kind of all around, just, you know, I just, because you know, I thought about it, and I mean, you know, I can sit down and do the Bible thing. I can sit down and do the doom and gloom and the rabbit hole things. You know, I've dug into a lot of that a lot, but I thought, man, there's so many channels already doing that. You know, why not just go on and, you know, and you know, just show daily life, you know, of going out and planting taters and, you know, just growing gardens and just, you know, working on your chicken pen. Try to give these ideas, you know, the water catchment system, you know, and try to give ideas to people, you know, that maybe they see something I do that makes it easy for them, you know. That's what I was kind of about too.
How do I undo that? I think I blocked the wrong person. Emily, can you undo that? I'm talking to myself over here. Yeah, I think I did accidentally. Well, I'll hash it out later. I'm still trying to figure all these buttons out. Backwoods.
Oh, job, yeah.
Backwoods, love the chicken videos, man. Just got mine. I need all the information I can get. Yeah. Rabbits. Yeah. I have rabbits.
Chickens are not that hard. They really ain't. You know, it all depends on if you can free range them or not. If you cannot free range chickens, so in other words, you've got to put them in a pen and keep them in a pen. You know, you want to make sure that you get them some good food. You can also feed them a lot of your table scraps. Chickens will eat pretty much anything. You know, especially if you take a new tomato, you know, you take a tomato and you cut that heel, you know, right off of it or whatever, all that kind of stuff. You can throw all that in your chicken pen. They'll eat it. It's good for them. Vegetables and stuff, taters that, you know, you go to cut up a tater and it's you know, got a big old brown spot on it or whatever, and you don't want to eat that particular part. Cut it up a little bit, throw it out there. Chickens will eat it. If you eat watermelon, if you eat cantaloupes, anything at all that you fruit, vegetable wise that you eat, the little parts of it that you don't eat, throw that all out there in the chicken pen. It's all good for them. And also, if you are when they lay the eggs, if you'll take, when you eat the eggs, you know, if you'll take the shells and crush them up, you know, let them dry out, crush them up a little bit. Don't wash them off and all that, but just crush them up a little bit, add it to the chicken feed. It'll help a whole lot on their egg laying and their eggs being good and strong. There's it's chickens are really easy.
All right, G2 said she donated that same amount to Monty's late show last night and told him it was for the Depends Fund for his father.
Oh man!
Did he say? Did he respond when you put that up there, G2? I'd love to hear what he said because I was tied up with Tribe and Backwoods last night. Oh yeah, Milkmaid, of course. You guys, tomorrow I'm doing the canning thing. Sunday night, we will be live on Backwoods and Prepping's channel at 8 o'clock. He's got some really exciting stuff in store for us. So yeah, every Friday it's here with me. Every Sunday it's over there with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Ghost on that. I'm gonna get Ghost on there on Sunday night, and the first thing I'm gonna do is read a big old passage out of the Bible and ask him what he thinks about it. He's gonna be like,
on a Sunday.
Man.
You want to get ghosted on a Sunday?
Ghost's gonna be like, come on, man. We're supposed to be talking about prepping, man.
Ginger Ninja, what's going on? Crushed oyster shells work good for chickens too. Chickens will tear up just about anything if you give them a good reason to. Chickens are something else.
Yeah, oyster shells.
See if Tribe's live yet.
Yeah, someone said Tribe just went live. He may have gotten yep, he did go live.
He did?
Yep. Y'all want to head on over there?
Everybody, let's head over there and go scare. Let's go haunt Tribe's stream. Everybody, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I know Backwoods does as well. We will see you guys tomorrow and then again on Sunday. And let's go say hello to Prepper Tribe and Just Josh. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. We are out of here.
Yeah. Can Emily L drop the link? Doc P's asking for a link, and just to make sure everybody who ain't subscribed can go. There it is. Emily L.
All right. We'll see you guys over there. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
See y'all.